I'm your host, Noah Swiderski. Join me as we dive deep into the world of entrepreneurship, real estate, and everything in between. Today, we're thrilled to have the dynamic duo from Gamache Properties, Ben and Patty, who bring over 45 years of experience in the real estate industry. Get ready for some valuable insights and inspiring stories that will help you elevate your own journey for success. Let's get started. It's a pleasure to have you both.
Well, thank you very much for inviting us. Patty and I are thrilled and happy to sit down and talk about real estate. It's our passion. We've been doing it for 45 years. I started when I was 18 years old. In fact, I started when a little younger than that. And Patty, she was brought up in a real estate family, and she continued her real estate journey. So we both have, if you were to put it together, almost 90 years of experience here in New Hampshire.
We each have a lifetime.
That is amazing. And let's dive into that. Can you share maybe the story behind Gamache Properties and what inspired you to even start this journey?
Sure. I was 16, 17 years old, and my dad was doing some plumbing, and he taught me the tools, how to do some work on the plumbing and electrical. And he also had a couple of apartment buildings. So I would help him out and do the refurbish. I would help him out, and I would help him do the refurbishment of the apartments. And along with that, so when I turned 18, I bought a six family, and I had to refurbish that whole place. And then from one thing led to another. I bought several more buildings over the next 4 or 5 years, and then I started that journey investing in real estate for about 10, 15 years before I got my real estate license to be a broker.
And how hard was that to get?
The real estate license is not that hard to get. I mean, obviously you got to know what you're doing and you got to pass a test, but I've had 10 years of experience and knowing the market and knowing how to do closing. So it was fairly easy for me. Patty over here, she got her real estate license years ago too. So she obviously knows.
It is easier when you've worked in the business for a long time before getting your license to get your license, because you have some basic knowledge, helps you understand the courses and the testing and all the procedures.
Absolutely. And with over 45 years in the industry, how have you seen the real estate market evolve in New Hampshire?
Well, I'm going to talk about the commercial side, and I'm going to let Patty talk about the residential side. But the commercial side, in leasing commercial space and buying and selling of industrial buildings, commercial buildings, little malls and all that stuff, it has been a steady growth, a steady demand over the past 15, 20 years. I know everybody knows there was a little hiccup in the real estate market back in the early 80s, but that's so far behind us that real estate today is a nice, solid investment, and on the commercial side. So, and Patty's has seen huge upswings in the residential side, right, Patty?
Yeah, on the residential, of course, we have our downturns and we have our upturns, and our market switches from buyers to sellers. You just got to figure it out. Right now, we do have higher interest rates, so you've got to find the home that is perfect for you. You have to have a great partner. I always suggest you go in and you already have your financing lined up or your banking partner, and have everybody in line so that when you find that right home, you can go right in and go after it.
You personalize each fit for every person.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Patty, in the residential side, would you say it's a buyer's market, a seller's market, or maybe almost a equal buyer and seller?
I feel it's still more of a seller's market.
Yeah.
The prices are still higher. The buyers are trying to deal with the higher interest rates. And of course, there's a lot of new laws coming out that we're also trying to adhere to. A lot of changes going on right now to make it more consumer friendly and more protective of our clients.
And for listeners that are listening right now on Spotify and Apple and everywhere else, it's August 5th, 2025. So the next question I had was, what are some common challenges you face specifically in property management, and how do you overcome them?
So in the property management side, some challenges are finding the right fit of a building an area of a city or a location to a tenant's needs. Residential apartment market is a little tight here in New Hampshire, so people have to maybe make some decisions and not be exactly where they want to be, but still we want them happy with their homes. So that is what we have to overcome. But generally, people do respect and take care of their units. So, besides servicing and maintenance of that, it's pretty good.
And speaking on Patty, when she mentioned the personalized service, can you explain the importance of personalized service in real estate and how it sets you apart from other competitors?
I spend a lot of time with my clients before I take them out to find a home, or even if I'm selling their home, to know them, to know their love, their passion about the home, about the area. So you can assist potential buyers into knowing everything about it, to make a good fit. Are they people that want to find a fixer-upper, or do they need to go in and not do a fixer-upper? Sometimes there's health concerns there that you have to be very well aware of. So you've got to worry about flooring. So every home has to have a particular buyer. And then also getting them to work with the seller, and then what is important, a lot of the sellers want a specific type of person to go into their home. Basically, it's a partnership. You've got to marry the home to the buyer or to the seller. You've got to get the best price, have the home in the best condition, where they're comfortable, pricing it accurately, trying to fit it to where their need is. My next home that I'm selling, the people need to not leave before September 22nd of 2025. So we've got to time it so that when the offers come in. So there's a lot of details that go behind the scenes that people aren't aware of.
One of the things I wanted to mention, how important it is to hire a real estate agent to sell your home. I've been in real estate all these years, but when it comes to selling your own home, I actually need a real estate agent to step in the middle because I'm too emotional. I think my house is worth much more than what it's worth. I don't see the value of why somebody doesn't like my house. So when you hire a real estate agent, that's that middle person that tells the buyer, this is what you got. And you got to convince the seller that sometimes you got to be more realistic. So even myself, if I get caught like that, I'm sure there's many, many people that would get caught like that. And when you do get caught in the middle like that, you actually lose a sale and you have a hard time to sell your home. So it is hard to sell your own personal home. And that's why you really do need a good real estate broker.
Talking about the investment, Ben, what advice would you give to someone looking to invest in their first property?
So this is an important area of your life. Your very first property is going to be a property that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. And if it's a bad deal, you're not going to want to invest in any more real estate. And that's going to probably be the worst investment, the worst. So if you don't, I'll start over. If you make a bad first investment, then it'll sour you about the future of real estate. And you really should be investing in real estate. So finding that right property, finding the location and the condition. Now, if you're a guy that can handle all the tools and you need a fixer-upper, then, that's what you look for. But if you're a computer guy or a doctor and you don't even know what a screwdriver looks like, you need to find a property that is well-heeled and well-repaired.
Again, it's about being realistic.
Yeah.
And what your needs are, and then marrying it to the correct property, whether it's a home or a business building, commercial building, apartment complex.
I love that. Yeah, just like any relationship, right? It's got to be that perfect
Yes.
meshing, that perfect fit. How do you approach project management when it comes to renovations or new developments?
So new developments, you got to hire a good architect, and you got to have many, many meetings, and you got to have a vision of what you want the end product to look like. modern apartments, bedrooms, maybe ones or twos or studios. And then you've got to work with a good contractor, somebody who's honest, that has a good history, a good reputation, and that will meet the goals and the timing, because in developing any real estate, as they say, time is money. And if you prolong your construction costs, your interest goes up. So you got to marry those two, a nice professional contractor and a real professional architect.
Maybe you both can speak on this one. What trends are you currently seeing in residential versus commercial, either leasing or buying or even selling?
I am seeing it's not as tough to actually purchase a home. It doesn't seem to be the craziness of the COVID years seems to be behind us. So things are a little bit calmer. People are not paying overpricing as much. I mean, there is still some over market offers coming in, but if you price it accurately, things are staying good. It's not as panic driven. So it's actually a much more enjoyable experience.
On the commercial side, there's a lot of trends that are readjusting. Right now, in 2025, the industrial market is really hot. Companies are expanding. They need locations. And then so people are looking for the industrial. The other thing is, after COVID, the office market just dropped, and there was a lot of offices available. So over the past 3 or 4 years, the developers have converted their office buildings to apartments. Now, with that being done, the office market is coming back because they've taken off 2 or 3 million square feet of office space in a region. So that's coming back, and the apartments are in need. So the apartments are coming back. So generally, if you were to look at all aspects of real estate, they all are having growth.
How do you ensure that your properties are move-in ready?
Oh, we do a huge inspection. When the maintenance crew goes in, they do what they call a 360. After everything is done, then the cleaning crew goes in, and then they kind of like do the punch list because they're the last ones in, last ones out. It's important. We do a 360 because after the maintenance crew finishes, then the cleaning crew goes in. They're the last ones there, and if there's anything needs to be adjusted or fixed, then they would let the maintenance crew know about it. But other than that, the place would be spotless. So ready to rent.
Absolutely. And then can you share maybe a success story you feel really good about where you helped a client achieve their property goals?
Oh, Patty has that story where we're going through it right now with a gentleman who has been a client of ours for about 10 years, and he was looking for something in particular, and Patty found it. So give a little story about that, how you found it.
It's knowing your client, knowing what he's interested in, and just waiting for that right property to come along. He is a commercial investor, so he is one that just sits and waits, and then when it comes, it is be full on, go right after it, and get the appointment, have conversations with the owner, marry the owner and the buyer together. So both of them are comfortable, especially the seller. This was a family-owned piece of property for 45 years who needed to know that the person that was going in was perfect to replace their family. And we were able to achieve that. So hopefully that deal will be going through. And that's on the commercial side. But then I have another one, which was a very young couple and who had absolutely no knowledge of purchasing a home, but yet they wanted to. They had set their goal. And it started with, they got to go to the bank. They got to see what they need to do. They've got to find a bank that they're comfortable with working, and then find what type of mortgage they can do. And then once all that was lined up, then we set out, and we did just get them a home a couple of weeks ago. They're thrilled. They're very young. They're in their early 20s and they are ready to roll. They're all moved in and it ended up being their perfect home on a river.
Yeah, I remember that was a great day. We're at that closing and it was so excited.
I was about to say, what a dream come true for that couple.
Yeah.
It is.
What does the future hold for Gamache Properties and maybe some exciting projects that may be on the horizon?
Well, right now we have a old office building in Manchester on Lowell Street that was a 60,000 square foot office building. And in the COVID years, it just emptied out. And I've owned that for almost 30 years. And I've converted that from office to 76 apartments. And we are under construction now. And those apartments will be ready by the end of August, maybe mid-September. We're finishing up now. It's located on 25 Lowell Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. We have one 2-bedroom apartments. Okay, we have efficiencies, 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom apartments. And we do have some commercial space on the first floor, just to give some retail feel to it. But it's a 5-story building, and we're pretty excited about that. So that's the big deal of the day that we've been working.
Thank you for tuning into the Sounds of Success podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation with Ben and Patty Gamache from Gamache Properties. Their insights into the real estate investment and management side are invaluable for anyone looking to make their mark in the industry. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams and creating your own success story. Thanks so much, Ben and Patty.
Oh, you're very welcome.
You're welcome.